It was this morning that we got a look at these 5 spectacular images coming from the NASA James Webb Telescope. That was launched on Christmas Day and then got into place about 100 million miles away from Earth in late January. Well, now these first pictures are giving us these amazing, detailed looks at our universe, unlike anything we've ever seen. So here to describe a little bit better what we're seeing and how the telescope works, NASA's astrophysicist, Dr. Thomas Green. Yes, he has the same name as I do, but we're very different. He's smart. He knows about space. And you work on the telescope's camera. It has to be thrilling for you to see what was this project become this reality.
Yeah, it's really exciting to see this, Tom. I did work on the instruments. It was really exciting to see something that you helped make come to life and actually work and now do great science.
I remember when Hubble was first launched and it struggled to get online and to start delivering the best. It needed a lot of adjusting before it finally brought these images back. It seems like Webb has hit the ground running.
We learned from the Hubble experience, and no test was spared. We tested James Webb up and down and sideways for many years. We tested the instruments multiple times. We cooled off the telescope, put it into this huge chamber at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, and we shook it. We did everything we could think of, and it all worked.
Well, it's continuing to work, at least what we're seeing. Some of these things are so fantastic, they look surreal or unreal, some of these images. To me, they look like album art cover from the 70s. What is it we're seeing in these pictures?
Yeah, that's a really good comparison to art. So we have a wide variety of different astrophysical situations in only these 5 images. So we're seeing things from the beginning of the universe in this deep field image, the SMACS 0723. That's the image that President Biden unveiled yesterday. You can see there are these really weirdly shaped objects. Those are galaxies whose shape are being magnified and distorted by the brighter galaxies in the center. And then we go over to another image, Stephan's quintet. We see galaxies that are closer to us. They're instead of being almost at the beginning of time, they're like a few 100 million light years away, and they're interacting with each other. We can see where they bang into each other and produce stars. We look into our own galaxy, or the Milky Way, the Carina Nebula. We see star formation. We see how stars die, and we see the atmospheres of a planet.
And it looks so vast, and yet we're looking at these tiny sections of the sky that we see when we look with the naked eye. What is to come? Is there more to James Webb? I mean, obviously there's more space to uncover, but is there more that the telescope might be able to do for us?
These images just give us the first taste, okay? This is like if you go to a winery, you get a little bit of wine in a glass, you know, to see what it's like. So this deep field image, this was taken in a few hours in each color, in each filter. We have thousands of hours lined up in the next year. So we'll be able to go much deeper, we'll be able to really see the very first galaxies that formed after the Big Bang. Hubble, in its whole career, has studied the atmospheres of about 70 different exoplanets. Planets around other stars like this WASP 96. So Webb is going to study just as many in its first year as Hubble has seen in its whole lifetime, and we'll be able to look at many more wavelengths, more colors, which will allow us to see many more molecules, and we'll get a much better idea of what's in their atmospheres, how they formed, and whether they might be able to harbor life.
Well, NASA and space continue to fascinate us. I know so many more people are so much more intrigued now that James Webb Telescope is starting to deliver these images. Dr. Thomas Green, thanks so much for taking us through some of it today.
Thank you.